So let's come on to our mats. Check that you have everything that you need for your practice today. If you want to bring the earth up closer to you for some of our poses where we have our fingertips connected with something solid, then you might want to have your yoga blocks, if you happen to have them, probably not. But I always have a footstool handy, so just a footstool, it's very useful, or a chair, anything, or a wall. So whatever you can reach for, have it be fairly close to that, or have it closer to you. Let's come into our easy pose, sukhasana. Right. Just keep an eye on there. Right. Right. Thank you for joining me. Those of you who just joined me, make sure you're on mute so that you don't disturb the image. So it will flip back to you if you're not on mute and you don't want to be on the main screen, I'm sure. Right, we're getting started. So back onto your mats. If you've got all your things ready, great. Sukhasana, easy pose, legs crossed. Support yourself with a block or a cushion or a folded blanket. Anything that helps to lengthen your spine and give you a little bit of support underneath your hips helps make this a little bit more sustainable. As you can see, it helps open up your heart and lengthen your spine. And I'm just going to mute Nanda there. Grounding down through your sit bones. Lengthening through your spine. This helps to roll up your shoulders towards your ears and then slide them down and away. Palms face up on your knees. Let's bring our thumb and middle finger to touch, just the very tips. So we talked about our fingers representing the different elements that make up our bodies, make up the world around us. And the thumb is fire, index is air, middle finger is ether or space, which is what we're working with today. Ring is earth, and the little finger is water. Thumb and middle finger touching. Crown lifting to the sky. I invite you to rise, or perhaps take a soft gaze down towards the earth, turning inward for the start of our practice. Settling onto our mat, connecting with our physical body. Take this moment to become aware of your breath. Breath awareness helps to center and ground us. Begin by observing the natural rhythm of your breath, the ebb and flow, the in and out, the rise and fall of your breath. Notice its pace, the pace at which you breathe. Is it fast and irregular or slow? Notice the depth of your breath, the place from which you breathe. Are you breathing from your upper chest, your lower ribs, or do you have a sense that you're breathing from your belly? For the moment, we're bearing witness to our breath without judgment or attachment. This helps to train us for when we embark upon more mindful practice. We're mindful about our breath. We can then become more mindful with our thoughts, with our daily living. Just observe also how, with this very small attention, that our breath already begins to respond immediately by lengthening, deepening, slowing down. Notice how your thoughts are. Just observe them in the same neutral way that you observed your breath. What is it that you are thinking about? What thoughts are flitting in and out of your mind? Do your thoughts feel jumbled, busy? Or are you having a sense that you're already thinking about this moment here? Allow your thoughts to come and go as if there were clouds in the sky. And every time your thoughts become busy or distracted, return to observing your breath. It's difficult for our minds to be in two places at once, caught up in our thoughts or observing our breath. I invite you to take a conscious breath in through your nose, all the way down into your belly. Allow your belly to expand, ribs to open, chest to rise. 3-part yogic breath, Dirga Pranayama. And as you breathe out, draw your navel back to the spine. You'll notice ribs curl, chest falls. A full breath out. Full breath into your belly. Belly expand, ribs open, chest rises. Full breath out, navel to the spine, ribs curl, chest falls. Inhaling, expanding, opening. Exhaling, contracting, releasing, letting go. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. Breathing in, I open and expand in preparation for my practice. Breathing out, I let go of all distractions that do not serve this moment. Breathing in, I uplift. Breathing out, I ground. Breathing in, I draw in energy. Breathing out, I let go of tiredness, lethargy. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. Returning to your natural breath, the natural rhythm. Let's bring our palms together at our heart center in Namaskar. Opening our practice with Om 3 times. Attach meaning to your Oms, perhaps for the past, the present, the future, for your community, your family, yourself. Inhale fully. Exhale completely through open mouth to wash out the breath. Inhale fully to prepare. Oh. Inhale. Oh. Inhale. Oh. Bringing your hands to your eyebrow center, your Visuddha Chakra. Namaste and welcome. Thank you for joining me on this beautiful Saturday morning. We're going to continue with the theme of Aakash, the element of space or ether, which is all around us and within us. It's where all the spaces are. It's very pervasive, it's liberating, it seeks freedom, energizing and uplifting. So we're going to do some of our practice from Wednesday that you are familiar with. So we create a body memory of what we've already done and where we've been with our practice, and then we'll add in a few extra poses and variations. So we're going to start off with our warm-up through the spine, grounding down through your sit bones. Let's place your fingertips on the earth, palms cupped. Lifting your crown, opening your heart. Let's just root and ground here first before we move into more uplifting practice. Find your gaze or your drishti ahead of you on the horizon, something that's not going to move. So finding a spot, perhaps something on the wall. Take a moment here. Inhaling, let's roll our shoulders up towards the ears and down and away, fingers back on the earth. Inhale to lift, roll your shoulders down and away, fingers back on the earth. Inhale one more time, rolling back, down and away. And then let's go the other way, so coming forward, let's roll our shoulders forward. Really drawing them up towards our ears, rounding through our spine slightly as we do this. And then let's release our shoulders. Let's drop our right ear down towards our right shoulder here. I'm mirroring you for the moment. This might feel like enough of a stretch here on the left side of your neck, or you might reach out with your left fingertips, lifting them gently on the earth. So you can notice that adds a different proportion of weight. You can also take your right hand and place it over your right ear and draw your ear towards your shoulder gently. Let's take a moment here. This feels quite intense for me. One more moment here. Then let's return our ear to center. And this time let's place our left fingertips on the earth, drop our left ear towards our left shoulder. You can stay here, or you can lift your right fingertips off the earth. So the angle of your arm just depends on how much of an intense stretch you want along the right side of your neck. And again, you can bring your left hand to your left ear to add some gentle pressure here. Really have the sense that you're reaching through your fingertips, whether they're on the earth or lifted. So create length along that arm. One more breath here. Releasing back to center. Let's place our fingertips on the earth behind us. So walk your fingertips behind you. So still have them cupped, walk them behind you. So your shoulder blades are drawing in together as if you could hold a pencil between your shoulder blades. This opens your heart. Lift your gaze ever so slightly here. Gazing up at the sky. The element of space and ether is expansive like the sky above. Open across your throat here. It's connected to our energy center at the throat, Visuddha Chakra. This connects with self-expression, truth, communication, authenticity. One more breath here. Open across your heart. Actively draw your shoulder blades together. And we're going to walk our fingers gently round to the front and walk them away from your body as far forward as your fingertips can reach. Keep your fingertips cupped, so your palms are cupped and your fingertips are on the earth. And then allow your head, neck and shoulders to soften here. Keep reaching forward, lengthening with your arms, coming close towards the earth. So you might be much closer to the earth than me, you might be a little bit higher. We're all in different places. Wherever we are, we're working. One more full breath into the back of your heart space. And then let's walk our hands back towards our bodies. Coming back here. We're going to come into lion's breath, Simhasana, or Simha Pranayama. We did this the other day. So come onto your knees. Now, kneeling might not feel comfortable for you, so you can roll up a blanket and place it underneath your ankles, on the inside of your ankles here. That might give you a little bit of support there. You might want to place a blanket underneath your knees. Or you can stay seated in sukhasana, yogi's choice. Wherever you are, place your fingertips on the earth for the moment. Really lengthen through your spine, lift your crown. So this is a variation of vajrasana or thunderbolt pose. Let's take a moment. Simhasana or lion's breath is taking a full breath in through your nose, and as you breathe out, you poke out your tongue as far as it can go down towards your chin, and you make a sound at the back of your throat. Your eyes open wide. Perhaps you gaze here to the middle of your eyebrow center, your Agna chakra, bhru-madhya, drishti. Or you can gaze to the tip of your nose. So I'll demonstrate once and then you can join in. Inhaling. Let's do that together. I know I don't look very pretty doing that, so excuse me. One breath together. Inhale fully. Lion's breath out. Now let's place our palms on the earth. So walk your hands slightly away from you. Again, keep lengthening your spine here. Keep your gaze ahead. Inhale through your nose. This time, let's turn the backs of our hands onto the floor so that our fingertips are pointing in towards us. Palms are up. Inhale fully. Now, let's take our palms down, but our wrists are turning away from us this time, so that our elbows are facing forward, inside of our elbows are forward. So again, we're just introducing some gentle stretching into our wrists here. Inhale fully. Gently release your fingers as you rotate your wrists one way, then the other. And from here, we're going to come onto all fours. So transition into all fours. Whether you're seated in sukhasana or you were in vajrasana, move forward, coming onto your hands and knees here in table. Gaze to the top of your mat. Your spine is neutral. Hug your navel in towards your spine. Inhaling, cat, lifting your tailbones, dipping your lower back, shining your heart, lifting your gaze. Vajrasana. Exhaling, cow, Vityasana, rounding through your tailbone, really hugging your navel in towards your spine, rounding through your shoulders, tucking your chin. Inhaling here, cat. Let's cycle through this motion. So we're flowing through cat into cow with our in and out breath. Let's do this 3 times. If you want to introduce lion's breath, feel free. Nobody can hear you. In through your nose. Out through open mouth. Coming back to neutral spine here for a moment. Let's reach back long with our right leg, tuck the toes. Push out through your right heel. Spreading your fingers wide so that your knuckles and your finger pads are connected with the earth. You are active and energized here. Engage your core, your Mula Bandha by squeezing your pelvic, your Uddiyana Bandha by curling in towards the midline with your abdomen. One breath here. I'm going to lift this right leg. So keep reaching through that right heel. Your toes are pointing down. Sardulasana, tiger pose. One breath here. We're going to come into a balance. So you can stay here, or you can shift your weight into your right hand and reach forward with your left hand. Or you can keep both hands on the earth. You find what variation works for you. Gazing to the top of your mat, reaching through your fingertips. Bend into your right knee wherever you are. If your arm is reaching forward, now sweep your arm around back towards your right ankle and take hold of your ankle. Or you can maintain your palms in the earth. So you'll either be in one of two variations here, with your both hands on the earth, or one hand reaching back towards your right ankle. So you could be reaching for your ankle, or you might make connection. One more breath here. Open across your heart. Perhaps you turn to gaze back. And then with care, release your hand, bring your knee to the earth, shake your hips from left to right. Let's circle them in one direction and then the other. And also rotate through your right wrist and left wrist. Let's go the other way. So let's reach back long with our left leg, tucking your toes, push out energetically through the heel of your left foot. Gaze to the top of your mat, hug in your midline. So engage your mula bandha at your pelvic area. So squeeze the center of your pelvis, hug in your ribs. Draw your belly button to your spine. So you have a sense of engagement through your core, through your muscles. Let's take a moment here to activate, connect physically with our muscles. Take awareness to the points of connection between you and the ground. Take awareness to your muscles hugging in towards your bones. Inhale to lift your left leg off the earth, parallel. Keep pushing through that heel. You can stay here. We're going to transition into a balance by shifting the weight into our left hand and reaching forward with our right hand. Now everybody together, wherever you are with your hands, bend into your left knee. If your arms lifted, reach back towards your right ankle, left ankle rather. Perhaps you gaze back towards your left foot. Maybe you're reaching for your foot, not quite there yet. One more breath here. And then together, let's release our foot and knee back down to the earth. Let's shake out the hips. Little circles. Perhaps you want to do bigger circles. And then rotate and swap the direction. Remember to rotate into your wrists. And then let's sit back for a moment. We're going to come onto our sit bones and reach our legs long forward. So we've been here before. You'll know where we're going. Perhaps I'm going to turn this way so you can see me. Flex your toes. Again, push out energetically through your heels. Lengthen your crown to the sky. Roll your shoulders up towards your ears and then slide them down and away. Palms on the earth next to your hips. Dandasana. Staff pose. Really hug in your muscles so you're really fully engaged here. So if you press down on your thighs, they should feel pretty firm or firmish. One breath more there. Let's bring in this right foot, hug it in towards us. Now, we're going to come into a seated twist. So you can cross your right foot over your left leg. You can keep that left leg extended, or you can bring it in towards your right hip, yogi's choice. So that left leg can be extended or folded in. I'll do both variations. So inhale to reach up with your arms. As you exhale, turn over to the right. Take your right hand to the earth and your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Or you can hug that knee in. Yogi's choice, you'll be in one of two places with your arms. So your arms will either be hugging in or on the outside of that knee. Bring your thumb and middle finger to touch if your elbow is on the outside of your right knee. Let's gaze over our right shoulder. Breathe deeply into your lower abdomen. One more breath here. Inhale, turn your head to center first, followed by your heart. Let's counter twist over to the left. Bring both your fingers to the earth, both hands to the earth. Gaze down. Inhale to center. Let's re-extend that left leg long if it was tucked in. Uncross your foot. From here, we're going to go into our Kamatkarasana, wild thing pose or surprise miracle pose, Kamatkarasana. So we're going to reach back with our right hand, left hand I think, and yeah, left hand on the earth. Bring your right hand to your heart here. Reach through your left toes as if you're a ballet dancer. Point those toes. Inhale, press into your left hand and lift your sit bones up. The sole of your left foot may well connect with the earth here. So take a peek at me. We've gone from here with the sole of our right foot and our right knee bent, our left leg extended, toes pointed, and then inhale, lift your sit bones off the earth. You can come onto the ball of your right foot. Reach over with your right arm or hold your heart space. One more breath here in Kamatkarasana. Your heart is spiraling up towards the sky. Exhale, hand to your heart, lower your sit bones here. You'll hear my bones creaking. Release your left arm. Drop your right knee to the earth so that your right foot is against your left thigh. Reconnect with your breath. We're going to do head to knee pose over our left leg here. So really connect down with this right knee towards the earth. Perhaps you place a cushion or a blanket underneath it if it's not connected with the earth. Inhale and turn over your left leg. Lengthen through your spine and your crown. As you exhale, fold forward by walking your hands towards your ankles. So your hands may be by your knees, your lower leg, or perhaps down by your ankles. Keep gazing towards your toes for the moment to lengthen here. And then exhale and relax your head, neck and shoulders so that you're folding over your left knee. You can also reach for your toes with your peace fingers. You can cross at the wrists. Breathe into the stretch on your right side here. One more breath here in Janushirasana. Inhale, lift your gaze to look at your toes. Walk your hands back towards your body. And then let's place our right hand on the earth this time. Bring our left hand to our heart. Again, we're going to do our variation of wild thing. Inhale, Kamatkarasana. Inhale, lift your sit bones. Again, you've pointed through your left toes. You're now on your right lower leg. Your knees bent on that leg. Your hips and pelvis are reaching forward. Your heart is opening and spiraling up towards the sky. Your left hand stays on your heart or reaches overhead. And if your hand is reaching overhead, bring your thumb and middle finger to touch. This is also called enraptured heart opening. One more breath here. Keep working with your hips and pelvis, reaching forward. Exhaling, left hand back to your heart, and then sit bones down to the earth. Bring your right wrist round. If you need to rotate, rotate at your wrist. Uncross your folded legs, stretch it out long. And let's bring in our left knee this time. So hugging your left foot towards your body, just for a moment to create connection here. And then cross that left foot over your right foot. Again, you can keep your right leg extended, or you can fold your right heel and bring your right heel in towards your left hip. Yogi's choice. This time I'll keep it extended so that you can see the variation. Reach up with your arms, create length and height, and then exhale, take your left hand behind you, right elbow to the outside of your left knee, or hug your left knee in the crook of your right elbow. If your elbow's on the outside of your knee, thumb and middle finger touching. And keep turning your heart away, so you're gazing over your left shoulder. Keep your right foot active if your leg is extended. Inhaling to grow taller, exhaling to turn deeper. Ardha Matsyendrasana, seated twist. One more breath here. Inhale, head to center, followed by your heart. Counter twist over to the right. Fingers on the earth, gazing down. Inhaling back to center. Let's bring our left foot back. Cross it over your leg again. So bring your left foot in, hug it in here. We're going to move into wild thing on this side, or miracle pose. And you think it pretty much is a miracle. So we're going to take our right hand onto the earth behind us. Connect with your palm, your left hand on your heart. Inhale and point your right toe. So really extend through that right leg. You're going to press into the sole of your left foot. Inhale, lift your hips, pelvis. Reach through your right leg. Come onto the ball of your left foot. Just stay connected to the earth. The microphone running away. So you can gaze down, or I invite you to gaze up. Your left hand can stay in your heart or reach overhead. Again, bring your thumb and middle finger in Aakash Mudra. Hips and pelvis lifting and opening. Your heart is spiraled up towards the sky. One more breath here. Exhale, hand to your heart. Sit bones to the earth. Release your right hand. Give it a little wrist rotation if you need. Take a moment there. And then let's bring our left knee to the earth and the sole of our left foot to our right side. Going to come into Janusasana on this side. So forward fold over our right leg. And you're not going to stay aligned on your mat. You might come off your mat like I am. Just use the space around you. I'm by a wall, so I have less space. Inhale and lengthen, heart over your right leg. Flex those toes there. Then walk your hands forward on your exhale, reaching towards your ankle. You might be here, you might be a bit lower. Gaze towards your right toes. And then when you've gone as far forward as you can, as is comfortable for you, then soften through your neck, head and shoulders. So you might take hold of your legs, or your hands might be on the earth. You might take hold of your big toes with your peace fingers of your right hand, your left hand on your right ankle. Inhaling, imagine that your crown is reaching towards your toes. Your heart on the exhale is melting down towards your knees. Again, if we visualize energy reaching between our body and the earth, or our body and the sky, we create height and grounding. One full breath here. Inhale, lift your gaze. Walk your hands back towards your body, coming up slowly. So unfurling our spine gradually as we come up. Now we're going to come into, again, our variation of wild thing. This time with our left shin on the earth. So reach back with your left hand on the earth. Right hand on your heart. Point through your right toes. So they're extending through that leg as if you're a ballerina. Inhale, lift your sit bones off the earth, pushing your hips and pelvis forward. You're on your left shin. Your right foot is connected with the earth. That right leg is extended. Keep pushing your hips, lifting your pelvis up. Open your heart towards the sky. Your right hand can reach overhead. Then bring your hands into your Aakash Mudra to bring awareness to your body. Gazing up or gazing down as is comfortable for your neck. One more here. Exhale, hands to your heart. Exhale, sit bones to the earth. Release your foot. Let's place our knees, let's place our feet flat on the earth. So plant them there, knees are bent. Have a little gap, hip distance perhaps between your knees and your feet. Hands on the earth, just slightly behind your hips. Open through your heart here. Lift your gaze. And for a moment, let's swing our knees from left to right. Perhaps they come right down towards the earth or just a little way down towards the earth. Just check where you want them to be, how it feels comfortable. We're going to come into reverse table. So we haven't practiced this before together. So we're going to come into it in different stages here. So have your palms flat on the earth, fingers spread wide, so you create the most connection between your hands and the earth. Let's walk your feet slightly in towards your sit bones. Now your variation of tables may look all very different. We all have different size bodies, different shaped bodies. So we're all going to look a little different. Engage your core by drawing your navel in towards your spine. So engaging our Mula Bandha and our Uddiyana Bandha. Inhale, lift your sit bones off the earth. Keep lifting your sit bones so that your hips and pelvis are reaching forward. Gaze towards your knees. So be mindful of the back of your neck. Your head is very heavy compared to the rest of your body. So if you just drop it back, you're going to put on lots of pressure onto your neck. So be careful of your neck here. Only gaze up slightly so that there's still plenty of room at the back of your neck. One more breath here. You can gaze up to the sky, but remember to keep some space at the back of your neck. Exhaling, let's bring our sit bones towards the earth. Swing them slightly back so that you now come with your hips between your hands. Extend your legs, release your hands, rotate your wrists. Take a moment here. Oh, you might want to do some zombie arms here, so flip your fingers down. Maybe you take one hand and press it on the back of the other hand, like so. If that's what your wrists need. Maybe you bring it to your fingertips when your fingers are pointing up. So some wrist care here. Let's swing our legs around back into table, not for long. We're transitioning straight into mountain. Spread your fingers as wide as they can go on your mat. Hands right up to the edges of your mat today. Let's take our feet and knees to the edges of our mat and then come into wide mountain. So your feet are as wide as your mat, your hands are as wide as your mat. Maybe you keep a gentle bend in your knees here. Perhaps your heels are a little closer to the earth or a little more lifted. It matters not. What you want to do is create some length in your spine. Your ears are between your biceps. Turn the inside of your elbows slightly forward. Let's take a lion's breath here, Simhasana or Simha Pranayama. Inhale through your nose and out through open mouth. All together, inhale. Let's walk our feet to the top of our mat. Cross them in front of each other. So take a very long, slow walk to the top of your mat. And then again, take your feet hip distance wide so we can create lots of space. Bend into your knees. If you need to, bring your fingertips to the earth, or have a softer bend if you have a little bit more space here. Relax your head, neck and shoulders. Allow the weight to shift into your upper body here, tailbone reaching up. One breath here. Now we were here the other day, so what I'm going to ask you to do is bend deeply into your right knee. Let me just put my hair band on so that my hair is not everywhere and you can actually see me. So bend into your right knee, lift your right heel off the earth so you're on the ball of that foot. Keep your left foot on the earth. Now if you want to place your stool underneath your fingertips, do that now, or reach for your blocks. So when you're all ready, bring your left hand to the middle of your mat or your footstool. Inhale, draw your right arm across your body, across your heart to reach up. Take your gaze with you. Again, you can come into your Mudra, Aakash Mudra here. Taking your gaze up with you. Open and rotate that right shoulder up towards the sky. Open and spiral your heart here. Breathe deeply. One more breath. Exhale, right hand to the earth. Release your right ankle, right knee, heel to the earth so that your right foot is completely connected with the earth now. Let's switch to the other side. So inhale and bend into your left knee, lift your left heel off the earth so that you're on the ball of your left foot now. So you can see, keep a soft bend in that right knee. You don't want to lock out your right leg here. Walk your right hand to the middle of your mat, underneath your heart space, so it's either on a block, your stool, your chair. Draw your left fingers up your right arm across your heart space, reaching up into the sky. Perhaps take your gaze with you. Keep opening through that left shoulder, that left spiraling across the left heart. I'll just turn myself around so you can see me a little better. One more here. Exhale, lower your left hand, lower your left heel. Walk your legs here. So lift your right heel and then your left heel alternately. So you're staying in the spot. Sway your hips. We're going to unfurl our spine and come to standing in mountain very slowly in Tadasana. Inhale, uncurl each vertebrae one at a time. You're hugging in your navel as you do this. And then you come up to standing. Relax your shoulders. You're at the top of your mat. I'm going to turn to face you so you can see me. You stay where you are. Inhale, let's take our elbows and tuck them into our ribs. Thumb and middle finger to touch. I'm going to do variation of our moving breath here. Inhale, reach out with your arms, open your heart space, draw your shoulder blades together. Exhale, hug in your elbows to your ribs. I'm going to just give you more space here. Inhale to reach out. Exhale, hug in. Inhale to reach out. Exhale to hug in. Now this time as we reach out, we're also going to reach up. And then sweep your arms behind you. Place the heels of your hands on your hip bones here, just at your lower sacrum where your bones are here at your sacrum. Fingers pointing down. Draw your shoulder blades together. Draw your elbows together. Gentle heart opener. Now you can stay here, or you can begin to lift your heart, lift your gaze, coming into a gentle back bend. One breath here. Make sure you have plenty of room at the back of your neck so that you're not dropping the weight of your head back. One breath here. Exhale. exhale, straighten through, and let's fold down towards the earth. Fingers connect to the earth, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, hands onto shins, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Let's step long with our right leg behind us. Let's bring your right knee to the earth. Check that your left knee and left ankle are aligned, and then inhale to reach up. Exhale, hands in prayer at your heart. Going to come into a heart opener and a twist. So we're going to take our left hand behind us. Take our gaze with us. You might stay here with this right hand, the right thumb pressing into your heart space, or reach forward. Take a moment here. Stay where you are, and then reach behind your back and interlace your fingers into a yoga mudra. Open your heart space. Lift your gaze slightly. One breath here. Inhale to release your hands. Turn your heart. Bring your hands to the earth. Lift your right knee and step back long with your left leg. Heart parallel. From here, we're going to come onto our forearms. So bring your forearms to the earth. You can bring your knees to the earth if you wish, or you can keep your knees lifted. Yogi's choice. Let's take a moment here in body parallel or forearm plank. One breath more. Exhaling, lower your whole body directly onto the earth. And we're here in Sphinx pose. Lift your crown, find your gaze, open your heart. Take your feet as wide as you need in order to give space for your lower back. If this feels really difficult for your lower back, if you're having pain, you can take your elbows out slightly more forward. That decreases the intensity of the back bend in your lower back. One more breath here in Sphinx, creating space. Exhaling. Let's walk our eyebrow center to the earth and walk our hands back underneath our shoulders. Press into our shoulders, through table into mountain. Take a moment here. Full breath. Let's take a lion's breath. Inhale through your nose, out through open mouth, poking your tongue out. Let's bring our left knee to the earth and step forward with our right foot between our hands. Here you are, back in low lunge. We're going to twist the other way now with our heart opener. So inhale, reach up with your hands to the sky. Exhale, hands to your heart. Reach back with your right hand. Keep connecting with your right foot. So I felt a little wobbly there. So find your gaze, something to focus on. Really connect through your feet with the earth. Your lower body is deeply connected. Your left hand can stay where it is, or you can reach forward with your left hand. One more breath here. Sweep your hands behind you. Keep your heart where it is. Interlace your fingers. This time, interlace in the other direction. So swap thumbs. It will feel strange. Draw your hands down towards the earth. Lift with your gaze towards the sky. One breath here. So you're in a deep twist here as well as a heart opener. One breath more. Then release your hands. Turn your gaze, turn your heart, fingertips to the earth. Inhale, lift your left knee and step forward. Forward fold. Take a moment here. And then inhale, sweep your arms back, reaching forward, come into chair pose just for a moment, and then rise up to standing. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Take a breath. Full breath in, full breath out. We're going to move straight into angel wing pose here. And we're going to do that variation we did the other day. So I'll face you for a moment. So you, maybe sideways is better. So let's work with our right leg first. I'm getting myself dizzy, spinning around on my mat. Inhale, hands can stay at your heart in the prayer, or they can come to your waist so that you're balancing here. You can also use the wall if it's nearby for balance. Inhale, come up onto the ball of your right foot. Bend slightly into your left knee so that you're not locking that left leg out. Inhale, rise with your right leg so that your right thigh is parallel to the earth and sky. Your foot is flexed. Take a moment here. So you're either here with your hands at your heart or on your hips. Then you can, as you breathe in, reach back with your right toes floating back behind you. Your heart comes slightly forward. Point your toes when they reach back. Now your hands will either be on your hips or your heart. Let's reach behind so our palms are facing down, fingers are spread wide. Inhaling, hands to hips or to heart, and knee comes forward. Let's do 2 more like this. Inhale, reach your heart forward, foot goes back, palms become parallel to the earth, or you can keep them on your hips, yogi's choice. Inhaling forward. Take a breath. So go with your breath. Inhaling to reach forward. Exhaling back. One more time. I bet your left leg is beginning to feel it now. And this time we're not quite done. We're going to bring our knee back up for a moment before we lower it to the earth. Then shake out your left leg. Let's go the other way. So again, yogi's choice, hands at heart or on your hips. Inhale. Let's bring that left knee up. Really ground down through your right foot. That's connected with the earth. And then as you breathe, reach back with your left leg, forward with your heart and crown. Arms come alongside your body. Inhale back to center. Exhaling to reach back. Inhaling to center. So one more time. Inhale to center. And the last time back. And when we come back to center, we're going to hold it here for a moment. And then release your foot to the earth. Shake it out through your legs. Not quite finished. We're going to prepare. That was our preparation from the vajrasana, Lord of the Dance pose. Very freeing, liberating, joyful, uplifting pose. You might need to be near a wall or have your chair handy for extra balance, or you can keep your hands on your hips. So let's shift our weight into our left leg. Bring the heel of your right foot towards your sit bones here and take hold of your right ankle or the inside of your right foot. You can keep this left hand on your hip for balance, or you can bring it to your heart center with your thumb pressing against your heart. Now, your variation can be here. You can stay here, or you can begin to reach forward with your heart, and at the same time, behind, lift your toes towards the sky. So your heart and crown are reaching forward, your right toes are reaching up and behind you. So it doesn't matter how far forward you go or don't go. We can either be here, here, any place. And some of you may be well beyond where I am. Everybody is in a different place in their practice. Now, if you are happy here, you can reach forward with your left fingers. So your palm face up or face down. See what feels good for you. Creates a different sensation in your body. One more breath here. If you fall out, come back in. Exhale, hands back to your heart. Straighten through, release your right foot to the earth. Give it a little shake and a shimmy. Let's go the other way. So remember, rotate whatever you feel it. So I tend to have lower back problems. I have problems all over the place, shoulders, lower back. So that is quite intense for my lower back. So I'm just going to do a little bit of this standing cat-cow just to help release. Keep me nice and strong and supple in my lower back. Let's shift our weight onto our right foot. Lift our left heel and take hold of our left ankle with our left hand or the inside of our left foot. Right thumb at the heart. Find your balance first. Find something to look at, your drishti, ahead on the horizon. Again, bending softly into your right knee. Begin to reach forward with your heart. As you reach forward with your heart, your left foot will rise slightly. And then reach up with your left foot. Keep gazing forward at something that's not going to move. And then when you're ready, you can reach forward with your right hand. You might be making micro movements with your right foot to maintain your balance. One more breath here. Remember, if you're reaching forward, you can always bring your hand into your Aakash Mudra. And then I wobble out. But I'm going to go right back in because I'm fearless. And I'm going to try and do my best to find my gravity, to find my point of balance. I'm going to ground down through my right foot. One more breath. Exhale, hands to center, foot to earth. Shake it out, shimmy it out. We're not going to come to the earth in Shavasana. So we want to maintain a sense of energy today. So we're going to finish our practice with our breath. Hug in your elbows to your sides. Bring your thumb to your middle finger. Let's take a lion's breath here. So this time as we take lion's breath, reach out with your arms and then so inhaling, arms out, exhale. Inhale one more time. Hands to your heart center. One breath here. Closing your eyes, seeing how that feels for you. Let's scan your body. How do you feel from your toes all the way to the crown of your head? If you're like me, you'll be buzzing with energy. This practice is really uplifting and energizing. Let's connect with our breath. Notice the natural rhythm of your breath now. Your breath might feel a little faster, a little shorter. So let's take a full breath in, out through open mouth. Gentle breath in, gentle breath out. We're going to close our practice with our mantra for today. And then Om Shanti 3 times. Inhaling fully. Exhaling completely. Om Akasha Namaha. Om Akasha Namaha. Om Akasha Namaha. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hands to your eyebrow center. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.